Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Rosenweed. I hope I'm pronouncing that close. By CZT Inge Frasch. I hope I'm pronouncing that close as well. Oh, this is so neat. I love the creative minds that we have collectively here. Um, within the Zentangle family, whether CZT or not, just to come up with neat ways to create something, and kind of sticking with the elemental strokes. This one I just love. All right, so it starts off with an orb, and then and I kind of have mine started on the side, just because I had the tile turned this way for whatever reason. But I also noticed as I was playing with it, that's where my start and stop would kind of be. And if yours is, or you can plan it that way, because the next step, this could cover that up, especially if you get the little tail. If you go slow, it helps. But I know I was having some conversations with that, with orb frustrations. Um, so what we're going to do next is kind of an S shape going. So I'm going to start here. So a little bit off center, like that. However you end up doing it, it's fine. It kind of is like a yin yang, right? And then to the opposite side, we're going to do another curve line, like so. It could probably have been a little bit bigger, but that's all right. And then from the, so looking at it this way, from the top, we're going to do a single printemps, little spiral, like so. Is it not adorable? All right. And then you can add some, like, I'm just going to thicken. I was looking at Inga's step out, and so she kind of thickens it down here and maybe a little rounding down here. And oh yeah, and in the sample, she has some really neat examples of how you could use this in a as a border. So take a look at the For More Inspiration link for that. In her one sample, she also let me just make sure I got it right here. Puts a little line here, and oh yes, and there was one here too. We'll fill this in. Kind of like there are several that do this, right? Um, the one that comes to my mind is Zenplosion folds. Um, oh, wife, yeah, Y4 new, new-ish Zentangle Tangle, where you put some lines in some strategic areas and it makes it look like a scroll. And actually, this one I could put one right there, just ever so carefully. Could go right here too. So neat. Now, if I was to do some shading on this, and I'm gonna add to it. So I'll do it again. So if you missed it, um, because this looks like it's tucked in here, I will put a little bit of graphite. I'm just kind of doing it in the center, and then I'm gonna spread it kind of to both sides a little bit, just to create a little bit of a gradient. Actually, I'm gonna come up here a little bit, and then here maybe we'll put a little on this side. And I've got a lot on here. Just some on the inside there too. Maybe a little bit nicer. Yeah, like that. Now, outside of doing it in a border, because it looks, well, yeah, I can see how she did it. I mean, you could just do orbs next to each other, but she did do it interestingly. Well, let's just have fun. We'll see if we can replicate this. Yeah, live and in person. That's just the best. I seem to do that. I hope you don't mind. All right, let's try this. It'll make a nice little above thing. Well, I guess I'll just get two. And then she kind of auraed that. So let's aura it on top since I have that little bit of a gap. And then, oh yeah, then kind of like, oh, I see. I should have gone up a little further. Oh, that's all right. We're just going to do it this way. She's so it looks like more like it's weaving more. That's all right. This is what happens when I just go off the cuff. All right, then same thing. Let's see. Is that how she? Yeah. And then we'll just do the orbs inside. I don't know if I'll have to look again and see if she flips them. Nope. This will be a partial. That partial. And, oh, I see. Okay. Weird S shape. All right. Sometimes they're just not. And this is just gonna. Like I said, that's gonna be a little partial. And I did like that thickening down here, so we'll do that. I'm just gonna thicken one side of here just to give it a little something. And yeah. And then let's see. Oh yeah. And then on the sides, this is what she did. Kind of like a flux shape. That's so funny. I wasn't intending on doing this, as you could tell, because I didn't plan it out. But that's okay. Right? I hope. Don't let me know in the comments. I don't want it. And then we'll turn this other way. We'll just fit two in this one. This is always a neat thing to do when you have kind of a fan-ish type shape. And you actually can do this a couple ways. I'm doing like the whole shape. You could also just put in lines and then do rounding, at the tips, and it kind of looks similar to this. And filling in all of those little gaps. Oh, and then, I have to, right, where I can fit. One must have the line dots because they're absolutely magical. See how magical they are? It's turning what I was thinking into that look kind of meh, a little bit better. Not bad for off the cuff. All right, so that was, like I said, that was, yeah, totally. Oh, it probably would have helped. Well, I can do this afterwards. I have enough room up here to do the same. She kind of had a border. I can just, there we go, like a double border. Oh, and you know what? I take this all back. These were on the outsides, but that's okay. I could fit more in on those if I wanted to. It was in these sections. That's okay. All right. So, like I said, super super neat tangle. It's hard. I love ones that are kind of hard to mess up. It's, just adorable. I said that already. I'm saying it again because it is. And you can play with like that opening. You can play with that, the S shape. We'll add some orbs just because. Oh, and I mean, could add, some other things like a nice old fancy, what we call fancy fescue. Oh, well, now I have to make that a little bit neater. Can't have a fancy fescue not being fancy. And that is just, I mean, this stroke, I mean, it's kind of like fescue, but like I said, it's a little fancier. It's also the start of, like the Tangle Opus. And there are some other ones that are similar. And I don't know, we just started doing it this way and kept it up. And it's just, I don't know, it adds so much. It really does. That and any of the other like small organics like zinger, and regular fescue also, because that is just oh, here we'll add just a couple here just on the side. That's usually just like this. It's just a little curve line with a little ball on the end. I have seen them done with more of a squiggly line. Ah, super cute. Look at I did a whole thing that I wasn't intending. But it's all good. It's all good. How fun. All right. So if you enjoyed this, I hope you did. Um, would love to have you click on like. And if you liked it enough to see more, I would love it if you were to be a subscriber to the channel. Um, in the description section. Ooh, look at how neat that looks. Oh, I got to do the top ones. Um, in the description section, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version, and then link to the originator, or the I was saying originator before, the creator of the Tangle, and so that way, because in my opinion, because you just have to. You want to see it from their hand and get their ideas, and especially when like this, when they put some samples in there, it's just neat. Um, Below those links to those step outs are ways to connect with me. So if you really liked this, you could be in for more fun if you wish. Oh, I'm just going to put orbs in here. That'll work. Um, so I have a link to my website, uh, and you'll see where I teach classes, online classes, almost twice weekly. It just depends on the week. And um, a lot of them are free. That was what I was going to say next. A lot of them are free. I do have a couple that are paid, so I can kind of keep the lights on, keep myself stocked up in pens, and all of that. Uh, but that's only really twice a month. Maybe soon to be. Yeah, I might have an edition soon. Um, so you will find that information on my website, as well as I've been putting tangles in categories, and I have a lot of work to do still. It's always a work in progress. Actually, on the YouTube channel, you'll find more of them. So if you click on my name or my picture, it'll take you to the I guess the home page of the channel, and you'll see all of the. You can click on playlists and see all of the playlists. So if you're just looking for borders, so you would find this one and all of the other tangles that could apply themselves to a border, or organics. And I have a whole list, that so whatever you might need, you might find. Gosh, that turned out really cute. I say I wasn't intending on making it a whole thing, but you know what? Hey, it works out really good. So cute. Also, in that description section, towards below the link to my website, I have a link to my Facebook page. So if you happen to be on there, on my website, you'll have links to all my social media. But I wanted to highlight, and I probably need to put this link make sure it's on my website. We have developed over the last couple years an absolutely amazing group of Tangle addicts. So we have a private group page. It's so much fun. Everybody, not everybody. We have a lot that share their work, and we celebrate each other's work. We all come from different. We have different strengths. Different, some have shared that they have, personal issues or things, and it doesn't matter because it's Zentangle, and we just want to celebrate whatever you want to celebrate. If it's I got shaky hands, and look at you did something. We want to celebrate that you did something, and you enjoyed it, and you liked your result. And even if you didn't like your result, there are options for that too. So anyway, I hope you might join us and join in on the fun. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.